I can do this. One of the... Oh, jeez.
I want some nasty!
Mój das ma gram, więc chodź do tańca, gdy krok to szansa i los nam gra. Mam duszę starca, nie umiem walca na palcach hand. Na palcach hand, na palcach hand.
What's good, Spurs Knights? It's your boy Clan, the Spurs fan, and I'm here with a brand new video for you guys. If you could, give me a like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on. Now, let's get straight into it. A couple days ago, or a couple videos ago, I ended up making a top 5 list. And it was the top 5 reasons our San Antonio Spurs are losing. And Lord, I wish I would have made a top 6. The problem with top 5 lists, top 10 lists, is everyone wants that perfect number, 5, 10, 20, top 5, top 10, top 20. And honestly, I probably should have made a top 6 because there's a 6th reason that we are losing and it's blatantly obvious. And I think that we should talk about it. I really don't want to. I can do this. One of the. Oh, jeez. Okay, I can do this. One of the 6 reasons that our San Antonio Spurs are losing, it has to come down in the hands of our coach, Greg Popovich, the GOAT himself. And you know what, before you get upset and before you say, oh, no, you can't talk about Pop, relax. The reason why I think Popovich is one of the reasons why we are losing is because the San Antonio Spurs are going through an identity crisis. It is so obvious what is going on. People don't know their roles. People don't know where they fit on the team. It's just, like Pop said, it's discombobulated. No one knows what they're supposed to be doing. No one knows whether they're supposed to be scoring here. No one knows whether they're supposed to be passing the ball in this play. They're hesitant to pass to each other. It's not just like DeMar DeRozan said the other day. He said it was confidence. But how you get that confidence, you got to know your role. Some of the best teams in the NBA that ever played the game knew their role. You look at the Chicago Bulls team. These players knew their role. Dennis Rodman knew his role. Scottie Pippen knew his role. Michael Jordan, he could do everything, but he knew his role. He was the finisher. He was the scorer. He was the leader. And with this team, we don't know who's the leader. We don't know who's the grit. We don't know who's going to be our shooters. We don't know who's our score. We don't know a lot of things. And it has to come down to Greg Popovich. And I didn't want to talk about Greg Popovich because I know what he went through last season. And I know how tough it is for somebody to go through something like that. But it is what it is. So I was thinking about some constructive criticism that our San Antonio Spurs should hold on to. And maybe this would help in the future. I'm thinking about our top 5 or our starting 5, right? So let's get into it. Now, I think that our starting 5 should change. And it's not just the fact that I think that they're inefficient and I think that they're not passing the ball enough. I think that we need identity. And we have a lot of scorers. And we have some good passers on the team. But if I'm being completely honest with you guys, we're missing this. We're missing heart. And I think that this starting lineup will be great. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm just a fan, just like you guys. I don't think it will happen. And it's a weird starting lineup, but I think that it would help give us an identity. Starting 5 that I'm thinking about is at point guard, DeMar DeRozan. Shooting guard, Rudy Gay. Small forward, Dante Cunningham. Power forward, Pondexter. And center, LA. And let me explain why I'm thinking that this starting lineup would be pretty decent. DeMar DeRozan is very confused on offense at this point. He don't know what Popovich wants him to do. And you can see Popovich talking to LA and DeMar DeRozan on the sidelines, talking to him, saying, we don't know what he said, but it looks like he's really having an in-depth heart-to-heart with them about what their roles are. Hey, he might be blaming himself. He already said that he blames himself after the game, so he might be blaming himself to them. We don't know. But I think that if you have DeMar DeRozan at the point guard position he can do one of the things that he do best. He's good at getting at the rim. He's good at passing. Those are probably the two best things. Well, he's a great mid-range shooter. But I would say the two best things that DeMar DeRozan has been great at with us has been probably mid-range shooting and passing. Now, you allow him, if you put him at the point guard position, which he's a shooting guard / small forward, but you put him at the point guard position, now you have a little more room for him to facilitate and him to get a little bit of a feel for the game as the game goes on. I know it sounds weird, but right now, Bryn Forbes, I love Bryn Forbes, but him as a starter, I just don't feel it. And we might as well try something because we're losing. You know what I mean? You got to try something. So, yesterday DeMar DeRozan's at point guard, right? Now, you look down, you got Rudy Gay as shooting guard. Rudy Gay is a pretty quick player. He's a very good scorer. And he could very well end up being a good shooting guard if you put him in that position. Him and DeMar DeRozan have chemistry. They already have chemistry. It's established. And now you got Rudy Gay out there as a guard putting up buckets. You can put him in the corner. You can put him, at the wing, wherever. He can score everywhere. You can put him at the top of the key. He can score. So I don't think that's that bad. I mean, you look around the league. I don't see why not. Now you got him as shooting guard, right? Now you go down to Dante Cunningham. The reason why I think that Dante Cunningham will be a good small forward, not only because that's his position, that's his natural position, but he could very well play that role of Bruce Bowen. His and Bruce Bowen's stats at the age of 31 are very similar. And he plays similar to Bruce Bowen in a way. He's not as great of a leader as Bruce Bowen was, but his role on the team could very well be a Bruce Bowen type role. You can switch him wherever you need to switch him. If you need him to guard the shooting guard, he can guard the shooting guard. You need him to guard the power forward for a minute, he can guard the power forward. Hell, he can guard point guards. So I think that would be a good move. Now, Quincy Pondexter. A lot of people wouldn't agree with Quincy Pondexter starting, but just hear me out. Quincy Pondexter in the 2014-2015 season was a monster with the Memphis Grizzlies. He played a huge role with them. And of course he was gone for a couple seasons, came back with Chicago, they barely used him. And then now he's with the Spurs and we barely use him. But I think that he has the potential to be a good power forward. He's not that fast, but he can attack the rim. He's a decent rebounder. He's a decent stretch. You have him at the stretch 4, and now you open up things for LA. So now I'm looking at it as you have DeMar DeRozan at point guard who can facilitate. You got a shooter and scorer in Rudy Gay as shooting guard. Rudy Gay can shoot threes as good as anybody on the team, maybe except for Bryn Forbes and Bertans maybe, but he can shoot threes very well. And now you got Dante Cunningham, who you can switch him anywhere. Then you got Quincy Pondexter, who's a good rebounder and a good stretch, and he got the size. And now you get to LA, and LA just got to do what LA do. So I look at that starting lineup and I say, hey, why not? Why not try it? And hopefully when Lonnie come back and Lonnie gets more implemented in the offense, who knows? But like I said, y'all, it's not looking good, but you got to just think things through. You just got to have some constructive criticism when it comes to your team and keep on rolling. I believe in Pop. I know you guys believe in Pop. He's the greatest coach of all time. He's been through a lot since last season, so I understand. But like he said, he got to do better. The team got to do better. And why not look at those certain aspects of your starters? And I didn't mention this. I forgot to mention this before I go. If you look at the bench in that position, right? The bench haven't beaten out a lot of other teams' benches. So you look at our bench. Now you coming off the bench, you got people like Patty, you got Bryn Forbes, you got Bertans, you got Derek White. You know what I mean? You got Jakob. So now you're looking at the people coming off the bench. They're scorers. And if you do struggle with that starting lineup, you can switch really fast. Let's say Quincy Pondexter is struggling. Switch real fast, put Bertans in. So you can do things like that, but I think the main thing is these guys need to know their role. And everyone's just, like Pop said, discombobulated. No one knows their role. And DeMar DeRozan might be in the best position if he's at point guard. Might as well try it. Why not? But yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow's game. I hope you guys are also. It's been a rough season. Well, rough start to the season. But we're only about 5 games out of first place. Anything can happen. I believe in them. I believe in Pop. And I think they'll figure it out, just like DeMar DeRozan said. All right, y'all. I'm out. If you could, please give me a like, subscribe, turn the notification bell on. Until next time, Spurs Knights.